What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we're going to answer the question, do you really need an estate plan? If you're new here, welcome. Hey, I'm Lauren and I recently quit my job as an estate planning attorney to do YouTube full-time, but before that I did practice law as an estate planning attorney, so I am very qualified to talk on this issue, and I also have no skin in the game because I'm not trying to get clients anymore because I'm not practicing. So in this video we're going to answer 4 very important questions. 1, what is an estate? 2, what is an estate plan? 3, what happens if I don't have an estate plan? And 4, who really needs an estate plan? So let's jump right into it. What is an estate? An estate is basically everything that you would put on your net worth statement. So all of your assets minus all of your liabilities, everything that you own, and that includes your tangible property, so your clothes and your books and your computer and everything like that. It includes your digital assets, it includes your real estate, it includes your retirement accounts, your bank accounts, everything that you own that's an asset that has monetary value is part of your estate. So what is an estate plan? An estate plan is a set of documents that directs what happens with your estate if you become incapacitated or pass away, and it deals with medical decisions for you and other personal decisions about your physical person if you are still alive but incapacitated. Some common documents that you find in an estate plan that you've probably heard of before, maybe you've heard of before, are a will, that's a really well-known one, a trust, a healthcare proxy or healthcare directive, and a power of attorney. Those are all different documents that you might have in an estate plan. There's a lot of other documents that might be included. You might not have all of those in your estate plan. It really depends on your situation, but those are the basics of what you would find in an estate plan. So what happens if you don't have an estate plan and you become incapacitated or pass away? Don't worry, the government has already created one for you. No matter what side of the aisle you're on, I can pretty confidently say that most people don't like the government having a huge amount of say about what happens to their person and their money. So if you don't have an estate plan and you become incapacitated or pass away, your state should have a statute that says exactly what happens according to whatever your situation is. And I would say it's almost certain if you become incapacitated without an estate plan, and it's very highly likely if you die without an estate plan, that someone will have to go to court to settle your affairs. That process is expensive, it's public, it's time-consuming, it's stressful for your loved ones going through it, so something will happen to your estate if you don't have a plan, but you have no say over it. It's just according to a preset set of rules that's written by your state. Okay, so who needs an estate plan? Not everyone will become incapacitated during their life. A lot of people won't become incapacitated even at the end of their life, but everyone will die. Everyone watching this video will die someday, and so at some point this stuff will apply. It just depends on when you'll pass away. So if you're playing the odds that you're gonna live a long life, you probably don't need an estate plan until you're older. But the thing is, we don't know how long we have. So it's really smart to do an estate plan as a young person if you want to make things as easy as possible for your loved ones if you were to pass away. So no matter how much money you have, everyone over the age of 18 should have some basic estate planning documents. If you're a young person and you don't have much money, your estate plan should be really simple and easy, but it will be immensely helpful if you become incapacitated. If you are a parent of a minor or a disabled child who is either an adult or a minor, it is very important to have an estate plan. An estate plan allows you to designate who you want to be the legal guardian if you were to pass away or become incapacitated, and it allows you to designate how you want your assets to be distributed to your children over time. If you don't have an estate plan and you pass away with minor children, it's highly likely the court will need to be involved because minors cannot inherit money. So if you set up an estate plan that includes something like a trust or something else that avoids the need for court involvement if your child inherits money as a minor, then you are saving a lot of time and hassle, thousands of dollars, months if not years of time waiting for the court to settle everything for your child. This is not an exaggeration, I promise you guys. It costs thousands of dollars and it can take years. I handled these cases and it is not pretty. And the thing that's the worst is when there's like $50,000 or $100,000 and you have to spend money on legal fees digging into the money that's supposed to go to the kid because you have to go to court and take care of these things and you have to charge for your time. Like, we can't give away free services as an attorney unless you're doing a pro bono case, but most of the time you have to charge for your services. We're providing a service, and you hate to see money being wasted on legal fees if that could have been avoided by the parent just spending a little bit up front to get the estate plan in place. If you have a disabled child, it's so critical to have an estate plan, like I said, if they're an adult or a minor, because it can impact their critical public benefits if you don't have an estate plan in place. disabled people who are receiving public benefits cannot inherit money. It usually will impact their benefits in some way, shape, or form. It's a really complicated area, but people who have disabled children, you got to get on that right away. It's so, so important. Okay, another big one that is highly, highly, highly recommended to have an estate plan is if you are remarried and have children from a previous marriage. Second marriages get so complicated, and the statutes, the way they're written for second marriages, it depends on the state, but not everyone wants their estate to be distributed that way. Some people have specific wishes about their new spouse or their children, or if they have children from a current marriage and a prior marriage and percentages they want things to go in. It's so important that you get that stuff in writing, because you can say, oh, this is how I want things to go, and oh, I want to leave this to this person and this to my kids, but if it's not in writing, the state decides how it's going to be distributed based on their statute. Okay, the next one, guys, this applies to a lot of people. If you own real estate, it is so important to have an estate plan. I can't understate how important it is. If you pass away with real estate, especially if you own more than one piece of real estate or real estate in multiple states, it is a nightmare to administer that estate. It will take months, probably years, and cost thousands of dollars when you could just spend a couple thousand on an estate plan up front and get that taken care of. It's just, you're doing your family such a favor if you own real estate to have an estate plan. There's so many other scenarios where an estate plan becomes so important. If you have charitable inclinations, if you are a business owner, if you have specific wishes about who you want to inherit, or if you want to disinherit someone, if you have a child who's got a substance abuse issue or a gambling problem or creditors or in bankruptcy or something like that, or potential for that, then an estate plan can save your hard-earned money from being wasted and used for purposes other than it was intended. If you have specific wishes over who would handle your medical or financial decisions if you become incapacitated and who will handle your money after you pass away, then it's super important to put that in writing in your estate plan. Lots of people live their whole life never having an estate plan, but I can tell you their estate ends up being administered by an attorney through the probate court. So to give you a simple summary of all of this, you don't need to have an estate plan, but you should. It's the responsible thing to do. It's the right thing to do, especially if you have kids, especially if you own real estate. It's something that it's just so important to do, and it will be so meaningful to your loved ones if something happens to you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it motivating. I feel like estate planning can be kind of a negative topic because we're talking about death, incapacity, dying. It's a topic a lot of people don't like to think about. I had so many clients come in and get their estate plan started, get halfway through, and just abandon the process because it was just too much. But don't let that be you. Just face it, take care of it, get it done, and you'll sleep so much better at night knowing you have that in place. If you guys have any questions about anything I said in this video, then feel free to leave it in the comments. My next estate planning video that I think I'll be making is how to choose an estate planning attorney, so look forward to that one soon. If you like this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this from me, then make sure you hit that red subscribe button. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, and I'll see you guys soon in my next video. Bye!